You want me to go?
Nope, I got it.
All right, here we go.
And we're back. 9 and dime. Cooper, Matthew, new clothes, same cutoffs.
We are here in new clothes on the same day. If you're in TV, you know. We're going to see what they got for us today.
I think it's going to be good.
Power rankings, Cooper. Give our rankings of these sports-related topics.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, reading difficult at times.
I've got some good takes here. I know this is going to be good for me.
Cooper does a lot of rankings, so let's see what he's got here. He's a big rank guy.
What do I rank?
All right, Cooper, the question was, name your top 3 NFL idols growing up.
Are you saying
Besides me, name your other 3 idols growing up when you were a little kid.
You got ahead of my joke. So
what I did.
I have to think for a second because I was definitely going to start with that. So they're actually all running backs because I grew up playing running back. So I really like the way Priest Holmes played for Kansas City.
Not one I would have guessed, but
No.
he was a great player.
I had a little model of him figurine on my dresser. Reggie Bush. I
Ex-teammate of
loved Reggie. I was really watching him when he was at USC.
Yeah.
Special football player. You know, like you go in the backyard and you try to do all the moves that he could do. You know, like the behind the back.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
The last one I'm going to say is Barry Sanders, actually. And now this is why. Because Barry was someone who didn't play with a great team. You know, where was he at again? Was it Detroit?
It's tough to say.
I think it was somewhere over there.
Yes.
He had to make it himself. And so I'd have to go with those 3. Priest Holmes, Reggie Bush, Barry Sanders.
That's a good list.
I gave you plenty of time to think.
Yeah, I unsurprisingly am quarterbacks, not like D linemen or something strange like Cooper's. I would say the quarterbacks that I love to watch growing up, in no particular order, honestly.
No one's going to know who these guys are.
Correct. Okay. I'm going to go John Elway, Brett Favre, Troy Aikman, all kind of for different reasons. John Elway, loved the way he played, two-sport guy. I grew up playing baseball and football, so I loved the fact that he did that as well. Troy Aikman, I'm from Dallas, early 90s, Cowboys were rocking and rolling. And then Favre, I loved watching just because the way he competed, the way he played, he seemed like he was having a ton of fun out there on the field. I sometimes act a little goofy out there on the field when we do good stuff. Those 3 guys were the 3 guys that I grew up just wanting to be like, watching, trying to throw like them, trying to be like them as much as I possibly could.
Matthew, you have to answer these right now.
Okay.
Top 3 sports movies of all time.
My top 3 sports movies of all time. My number 1 favorite is Remember the Titans. That one's for me and for my wife. She loves that movie. Shout out Kelly. Another one of her favorites that I actually like a lot too is Love and Basketball. And then 3, probably Rookie of the Year. We're just touching all the sports genres that I grew up loving. Those are my top 3. Cooper, I didn't give you as much time as you gave me, but
Rookie of
good
the
luck.
Year, though, that's just a great story. Just an old dude. Just finding a way to make it work.
Old guy. Yeah, it was me.
That recently became a favorite of yours.
Correct. Yes, I can relate. Man,
there's so many good ones. Remember the Titans is the greatest sports movie ever created, I think. Love and Basketball is really good.
Yeah.
Coach Carter's really good.
Yeah.
You know, I might put that one up there. I feel like I might put a golf movie up.
The Legend of Bagger Vance. We were all thinking it.
I'm going to go actually with, this isn't going to be a popular pick because comedies don't get their due when it comes to all-time lists.
This could be good. I know where you're going.
But Happy Gilmore.
Okay. That was one of the 2 I thought.
I wasn't going to put Caddyshack on.
That was the other one I was thinking. So Happy Gilmore it is?
Happy Gilmore it is.
That's a great sports movie. Everybody thinks Happy Gilmore, they think sports. It's got hockey.
Yep.
It's got golf. It's got
Adam
MMA
Sandler.
fighting when he beats up Bob Barker. I mean, what else do you want?
I don't know. That's why it's my top 3.
All right, Cooper, the next ranking that I'm sure you've thought about long and hard, so these are going to be great answers.
Yep.
What are your favorite 3 athletes of all time, any sport? Go.
Okay, hold on. Pause.
Not complicated.
Pause. You said favorite athletes of all time or the best athletes of all time? Or is it the most accomplished athletes of all time?
This is like when we're trying to put in a new play.
These
and he's
things
just
to
like,
me
well,
are
what if they
important.
run this coverage or what
Listen,
if they run that
don't
coverage?
let Matthew take away the details of things, which are really the most important things, right? We don't get bored with the minutia in this
Some of us
organization. So this is what I'll do. I'm going to give you my 3 favorite.
It's buying time.
I'm going to give you my 3 favorite athletes, and then I'll give you my 3 who I think are the most 3 accomplished.
Oh, bonus. Great. Anything else you'd like to add?
No. I've also added
Let's
a
make
lot
it
to
a
my
top
plate
10.
here. So, okay, I'm going to start with most accomplished. So, and when I say most accomplished, I'm not just saying, like, obviously, Bill Russell, very accomplished, right?
Yes.
But no one would put him as, like, a top 3
Athlete.
athlete
I
of
get it.
basketball of all time. You know,
Yes.
so it's like accomplished
Yes.
mixed with. I'm going to combine these together, and I'm changing this topic actually. We're going.
You heard it here first.
We're going best athlete mixed with the accomplishments. So we're not just saying like Usain Bolt's an incredible athlete,
Yes. Also very accomplished.
also very accomplished. So not a good example of what I'm trying to say here. But the point is, I'm not just saying like someone just because they're a good athlete, they don't get on the list. You have to be a good athlete and accomplish
Got it.
what you did. Okay.
Got it.
So, Tiger. This is no order actually. No, this is in order. MJ.
Michael Jordan.
It's Michael Jordan. Oh man. Tiger Woods. You know, this one, I'm gonna go with. I want to put a football player on there.
Okay. Do it.
The problem is he breaks my rules, so I would want to change this ranking system over again.
No one's
So
holding you to this
we're
rule.
gonna put Tom on there, who is not a great athlete. Very accomplished though, and I feel like I
Pigeonholing
need
you,
to put
Tom. He's pigeonholing you.
Well, I don't think there's many people that would argue with against me on that.
Okay. Interesting list. I'm not sure what the criteria is anymore, but I'm gonna throw some names out there. See what you guys think, huh? What do you, let's just go with that. Okay, if we're going accomplished and great athletes, I am gonna go Tiger Woods, Michael Phelps, ultra accomplished, also pretty
Really good.
athletic.
Yeah. See, I knew there was gonna be something that slipped through the cracks here.
I mean, there's so many good ones. If we're gonna go accomplished, dominant, and athletic, my girls are gonna love me for this one. I'm gonna say Simone Biles. Ultra accomplished,
Look, ultra accomplished.
ultra athletic.
It's hard to argue about athleticism.
Also, recently came back and won her most recent event, I believe, after having some
you know,
issues
that's
with
a
the
really
spins.
good. That's a really good one.
I'm just
And
trying to
I would like to change my list
Well,
here
you know, Cooper, that's too late.
because
Sick list though.
I think his list is better than mine.
Yep.
I can't go back on it though.
No, you
So-
can't. No, you had good people in there.
But this isn't a game. We're not keeping score on this.
Well,
and no
yeah,
one's
you
voting.
are. I wouldn't if I were you.
No one's voting on this one. We didn't have enough time to think about these things.
You talked for 10 minutes about what your list was going to be. You had plenty of time. All right, so this next list that we're going to do is Mount Rushmore, that I've recently learned is in South Dakota. Cooper informed me of that, which is very nice of him.
Can you tell me who the 4 heads are that
No.
are on Mount Rushmore?
Nope, can't tell you what state it's in.
Can't tell me
either.
what state?
Nope.
Can you tell me what country?
Yes.
Continent?
What state is it in?
I think it's in South Dakota.
Is it? Nice. Something you would know. But he is going to do a Mount Rushmore of receivers, I believe,
Yep.
unless he changes it
I
again.
changed the
So
ranking.
we'll see,
plan.
but that's at least the initial plan.
Okay. I would like to apologize first because I'm going to forget someone. I don't want anyone to feel hurt by the way that I rate these people. So here we go, I guess. Jerry Rice, obviously on Mount Rushmore. You talk about history of this league.
Yep.
It's hard to argue against. You talk about, you know what? I want to go back to my ranking system on favorite athletes, accomplished athletes. Because Jerry, you know what? You are an extremely accomplished football player. He deserves credit for that.
Yep.
So he gets honorable mention 4 on my previous list, but I'm gonna put Jerry up there. Okay, here we go. Calvin Johnson. You know,
I do.
okay, maybe no better athlete to play the position in terms of
Stature, ability
just
to
the
move.
whole, like able
Yeah.
to do everything.
Yeah.
You know, like there's not many guys in this league that can do all the stuff.
Yeah.
And he can do it all.
Yeah.
Some names that come to mind: Chris Carter. You know, special player. Randy Moss, special player. I think if I left those 4,
That's.
it's a pretty good amount.
I agree. That's a really good list.
So I'm gonna go there, and then I'm going to apologize again. There's so many good football players.
Yeah, it's tough to whittle it down to 4, especially so many receivers play on the field and 1 quarterback. So a little smaller list of people, but that's a good list.
Throw your softball.
If I were you, I'd feel good about that
Yeah,
list.
I do feel good about it.
Good. Quarterbacks, again, tough. A lot of eras. I'm going to be probably biased to
Recent?
my era. Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, I said recent. You said your era, so I was.
Yeah, two different things. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, and then I'm going to go Johnny Unitas. I feel like that's a good 4. Touches a few different areas.
There.
And like Johnny U was kind of like the guy back in the day that made quarterback kind of what it is.
Yes.
Joe Montana, obviously a ton of success, played the game a little bit different. And then Peyton and Tom, when I was growing up, those two guys were as good as it gets and super fun. I actually got the chance to play against both those guys, which was cool.
Peyton, Tom are playing each other. You're growing up. You were.
I was probably pulling for Peyton.
Yeah.
And especially like high school era, I got to go to the Manning Passing Academy, got to meet their family. They're amazing. Got to hang with them and do that whole deal. So I just had a closer connection with those guys. So I was pulling for them. But no slight on Tom. I mean, obviously
it's always a great battle. Those two. It was so much fun.
Agreed. And two like very different styles.
Yes. It was like a pre-snap and post-snap thing. Peyton, pre-snap.
As good as it gets.
Special.
Yes.
Brady, post-snap, processing, getting through stuff. Pretty special.
Yes, agreed.
Both great athletes.
Great athletes. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our videos.